Good night and welcome to Benalmádena's first English news broadcast. Digital Costa del Sol brings you every Friday all the information about this week's news. After a new study made by ADIF, the new Cercanías stop at Torrequebrada is near to become a reality. 3 possible locations are being studied, although a qualification of land will be necessary to create parking space.
The mayor of Benalmádena, Víctor Navas, and Urbanism Councilwoman Marisabel Ruiz have offered last week a press conference to report on the latest developments for the creation of a new Cercanías station in the area of Nueva Torrequebrada.
Bueno, hoy queríamos compartir con los vecinos y vecinas de Benalmádena una buena noticia.
We have never been so close to getting this new stop. During this legislature, there have been advances regarding the project. Prior to our arrival to the municipal government, no previous studies had been done. In 2020, we requested the first demand and capacity studies, which showed that the station was not viable as a result of the Torremuelle halt proximity and the minute of delay compared to the current schedule that will mean for the rest of the stops on the route. The mayor highlighted that they have always pushed the ministry to make this stop a reality.
Lo que nos ha presentado el Ministerio y ADIF.
But we have continued to insist to the ministry due to the high demand by the residents of the area, asking ADIF a new functional and demand study to see if the conditions had changed. After a recent meeting with representatives of the ministry and ADIF, we've just received a preliminary draft reel and adapted to the situation, and that requires a series of prior formalities by the City Council. Navas explained that ADIF proposes 3 different locations for the project.
Pero lo primero que nos ha pedido el Ministerio.
They propose 3 possible drafts with different locations within the area, each with its advantage and disadvantage. The demand study has changed substantially with respect to the first one. The first step required by the Ministry is to proceed with the urban development modification of the green area located outside the stop, since it would house the parking area that would provide services to users. We continue working to achieve the construction of this new stop, and now we will initiate procedures to requalify the area, allowing the creation of the halt. On her part, Ruiz spoke about the relief in traffic that this new stop will bring.
Una demanda vecinal que lleva encima de la mesa durante mucho tiempo.
This is an old demand of the neighbors, and we have not stopped working on it because we consider it an essential measure to calm the intensity of traffic in the area, thus aligning ourselves with sustainable mobility policies driven from European Union. Benalmádena has a disadvantage compared to neighboring municipalities. While Fuengirola and Torremolinos have up to 4 Cercanías stops in its municipal area, Benalmádena only has 2. She also highlighted that the project will relieve the traffic in the area.
Tenemos 3 propuestas del Ministerio encima de la mesa para estudiar.
Prior to the consolidation of the project, we have to change the qualification of the land of the future halt. Right now, it is a green area that, as happened with the improvement of access to Kilometer 222. It is a long and complex process, but it does not mean that the project is unfeasible. We are going to start the process to be as quick as possible. I ask the neighbors patience because it is a modification that requires the approval of the Advisory Council of the Junta de Andalucía.
Benalmádena continues to suffer a serious need for new educational centers, and this Wednesday the municipality received the visit of Junta's provincial delegate Patricia Navarro, administration that holds the competences in education.
The mayor of Benalmádena, Víctor Navas, received this week the delegate of the Junta de Andalucía in the province, Patricia Navarro, and the provincial delegate of education, Miguel Briones, with whom he visited the area of Retamar, where the new Institute of Benalmádena Pueblo will be built. After a cordial meeting, Navas and Navarro spoke with the media, and the mayor highlighted the difficult situation in the classrooms of the municipality.
Muchas gracias a los medios de comunicación que hoy nos acompañéis aquí en este espacio.
I want to thank both of them for the visit. It was time to receive them in the city to see firsthand the progress in the drafting of the project, and their presence today gives us certainty and confidence. We are quite concerned about the saturation and deficit of new places that we suffer, which has led to sacrificing spaces and even installing prefabricated classrooms. Navas emphasized the growth during the last years, highlighting that it is important to cut deadlines.
Ahora ya sabemos, porque así lo explicó la delegada del Gobierno.
This is an endemic situation comes from the volume of population growth of the city. In 2008, Benalmádena had 40,000 registered inhabitants, and now we have almost twice the population. Time is pressing us, and we have not seen any specific item for the construction of these centers in the Junta's budget. Although the projects are already being drafted, any margin of time that we can cut is important to offer confidence to the educational community that they will have new centers as soon as possible. I ask the delegate that as soon as the drafting of the projects is complete, they start immediately tender the construction works. On her part, Navarro highlighted the need of the municipality for new centers and offered details of the projects.
Gracias al delegado de Educación.
The Andalusian government will provide Benalmádena with 1,070 new school places. There is a historical debt with Benalmádena, where the imbalance between population growth and the deficit of educational places is palpable. Both projects have been recently awarded. The new high school in Benalmádena Pueblo will have a capacity for 500 students. The CEIP will have 450 places and will be located in the area of Doña María, closer to the coast. I want to highlight the recent formalization of the contract for the expansion of spaces for training cycles of IES Arroyo de la Miel for 1.2 million euros, which will add 120 places. These actions will respond to the high demand for schooling in the center by creating new spaces for training cycles.
City Council continues working to improve accessibility in our municipality, and they have announced a new project to improve access to one of the most visited areas of our coastline, the Carvajal Beach.
The mayor of Benalmádena, Víctor Navas, and Beaches Councilwoman Encarnación Cortés held a press conference last week at the mayor's office to announce a new project to improve access to Carvajal Beach. Navas valued the project, informing about the amount of the investment.
Agradecer a los medios de comunicación que os encontráis hoy en la alcaldía del ayuntamiento. Yo creo que era importante comunicar a la
So far, the only direct access to the beach is through stairs or the underpass that runs under Avenida del Sol, which has no pedestrian space. Both options are complicated or inaccessible for people with reduced mobility. It was a pending matter to create an adapted access to this beach, a highly demanded work that will allow the space to be easily accessible to all citizens. The action has an approximate investment of 260,000 euros and will consist of the creation of a new crosswalk from the Avenida del Sol without any architectural barrier, which will also be integrated into the future remodeling that we have planned for the avenue, which will include the creation of bike lanes and improve road safety. The mayor stressed the importance of the coastline for our municipality, also talking about the exempt leave of Malapesquera.
Hablamos de una inversión en licitación de 200.
The municipal government is constantly working in the care and improvement of our coastline. We will shortly be awarded the extension of the Malapesquera exempt leave, a work close to 1 million euros, and that, contrary to what the PP of Benalmádena claimed a few days ago, is not in the state budget for 2023 because it was already included in those of 2022, and we hope it will begin early next year. Cortés highlighted the effort being made by the City Council to improve accessibility in the municipality, stating that with these improvements, they will try to get the blue flag for the space.
One of
the goals set by the government team was to ensure accessibility to all our beaches. Some of them will not be accessible because the orography makes it impossible, but in all that we can, we will. With this new pedestrian access, Carvajal will be consolidated as one of the most attractive beaches of Benalmádena, and it will be an improvement that will allow us to opt for a new blue flag, as we will include it in our next application for next season. We are already waiting for the imminent arrival of new supplies for the adapted beaches of the town. We have already awarded the contracts that will allow us to acquire new amphibians, parasols or sand langurs for these adapted beaches, material that we must renew every 2 or 3 years due to its intensive use.
Benalmádena faces a series of problems due to the lack of housing solution, and the government team continues with its commitment to promote residential rental, with the aim of lowering the price of housing.
The mayor of Benalmádena, Víctor Navas, and General Administration Councilman Sergio Torralbo held a meeting on Wednesday at the plenary hall with representatives of the real estate sector of the municipality to present them various municipal measures relating to rental housing in order to work together in their promotion. Before starting the meeting, we spoke with Navas, who highlighted the problem of access to housing faced by the municipality.
Creo que es evidente que uno de los problemas que tenemos en Benalmádena es precisamente
One of the problems that concerns citizens is access to housing for families and young people, an issue in which this municipal government is very sensitive. We are looking for plots for the creation of a bank of land to acquire properties for the construction and subsidize housing. It is a very complex situation because the tourist pressure experienced by our environment causes prices to skyrocket, a phenomenon aggravated by the tourist rental. In the meeting we have held today, we have informed the APIs to transfer them the measures that we promote from the City Council to facilitate access to housing. He has also analyzed the situation of the real estate market in Benalmádena and talked about several municipal measures.
el mercado del alquiler residencial es un mercado que se ha venido abajo durante los
The residential rental market has collapsed in recent years as a result of the tourist pressure. We do not want to go against this sector or prohibit a modality against another, but we do consider essential to encourage residential rental, and we are again launching a new call for aid for its promotion. There will be aid of up to 6,000 euros for those owners who put their homes at the service of long-term residential rental versus tourist. So we intend to have a larger bank dedicated to residential rental to facilitate access to housing while we are developing new promotions of BPO. We've held this meeting with the APIs to inform them about the opening of this call, seeking their collaboration. For his part, Torralbo reviewed some details of the measure and highlighted that the aid will be paid in a single payment.
Ayer fue publicada en Boletín de la Provincia la convocatoria.
The application period opens today and will remain open until December 22. The subsidy is aimed at individuals who allocate their homes owned for residential rental for a period between 1 and 5 years. The owner must be registered in Benalmádena. We will pay the grant in a single payment in advance. From the municipal government, we made a major effort to relaunch these aids, allocating a budget item of 700,000 euros.
The mayor of Benalmádena, Víctor Navas, valued the results of the municipality in the barometer of profitability and employment of holidays destination in Spain, where it has been placed among the top 20.
Benalmádena ranked in the top 20 holiday destinations in Spain with more income during the last high season. Exceltur, the Alliance for Tourism Excellence, published its barometer of profitability and employment of the top 100 Spanish tourist destinations, and our municipality rises to number 15, with a 17% increase in RevPAR, an indicator that measures profitability. The mayor of Benalmádena, Víctor Navas, praised the news, highlighting the great tourist potential of our municipality.
Estamos encantadísimos, ¿no? Porque quiere decir una vez más.
The reason why we're number 15 in this top 20 most profitable destinations comes from our RevPAR, the profitability per room ratio that has increased by 17% compared to 2021, being one of the highest of the entire Costa del Sol. While Marbella and Estepona have a high concentration of 5-star hotels, Benalmádena has it of 4-star establishments, which is why it is more meritorious and remarkable that we have that high profitability per room, which implies that we offer the tourist a quality and excellence that other nearby municipalities cannot offer. In addition, Navas explains that this good profitability data is even more meritorious if we take into account that in our municipality there is only one 5-star hotel.
Y no es baladí este hecho porque si tenemos en cuenta que Estepona y Marbella tienen una gran
Benalmádena has a high average score, one of the best on the Costa del Sol. The tourist who visits our city usually repeat up to 4 times. This year, we have beaten all records of employment generation and affiliation to Social Security, and in November, we have one of the highest levels of hotel occupancy in the province, only surpassed by Málaga capital. Benalmádena is one of the pearls of the Costa del Sol, and we have to continue working to maintain excellence in tourist service, with a renovated hotel plant and with a remodeling of urban tourist environments to harmonize them with the quality of our tourist offer. Benalmádena shows its tourist muscle with a high average score, one of the best of the entire Costa del Sol. The tourist who visits our city tends to repeat up to 4 times, and this year has broken all records for employment generation and affiliation to Social Security, as well as one of the highest levels of hotel occupancy in the province in November.
And these are today's headlines. New developments on the Torrequebrada train stop. Navas and Navarro visit the grounds of the future Retamar Institute. New project to improve the access to Carvajal Beach. City Hall organizes a meeting with real estate agents of the municipality. Benalmádena is on the top 20 of a tourism profitability ranking. The weather forecast for the weekend will leave us with low cloudy skies with intervals of high clouds. Temperatures will drop with lows of 12 degrees and highs of 20. Winds from the east, light inland. And that's all. Thank you for watching us, and remember, you can stay updated on our website or social media profile on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night and enjoy the weekend.